All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. It's me, John. We're back for more. So today, I'm getting ready for our session tomorrow. So I thought it'd be a good idea to fire up DungeonDraft. If you're not familiar with DungeonDraft, it's a pretty awesome way to, it's pretty awesome software to make custom maps for Dungeons and Dragons. Me being the cheap person I am, I've actually figured out a way to use this to run our social distance friendly game via Discord. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up number 2. I've got my trusty dungeon map here. I've got source material. We are running Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It's been pretty fun. Folks like it so far. So I'm going to kind of just figure out where we left off last week. There was a couple of custom assets I did not make, such as a Death Tyrant, which is an undead beholder. So we're probably going to make that today. I'm going to use, it's called GIMP. It's new image manipulation software. It is free 99, which is always a good price. And it's good for just making these quick, like I said, kind of tokeny things. You can see I've kind of made different tokens for each of our characters here. So when they last left off, I think, so they're in a laboratory. This is Trenzia's lab. By the way, if you don't want spoilers for Dungeon of the Mad Mage, you need to leave right now, because we're about to get into spoiler territory. Alright, so Trenzia's lab. Trenzia is an electrified flame skull who's flying around this copper-plated room guarded by a flesh golem. Pretty sweet. What else happened here? See, the party had killed a bunch of ghouls, I believe. Yep. Oh, no, it wasn't a Death Tyrant, it was a Spectator. That's the one I didn't have prepped. Alright, so what room are they in? I do love these little maps that come with this. I did buy like the extras pack for Dungeon of the Mad Mage. It's been pretty handy. So they're in room 7B. Let's crack this book open. Got a squeaky chair. Okay, so below this we've got 7D and 7E. Did I draw this right? Yep. Looks like I did. So ultimately this is a dead end. 7D and E. So we need some gas. Some ghasts. Let's make sure we have ghasts. You've got a ghast. There's a ghast. There's a ghoul. Ghast, ghoul, ghast, ghoul. Okay, that's taken care of. So let's get on this Spectator, actually. So I'm just going to kind of Google search a Spectator. Get some images that I can use. That's why we made the video, right? So here we go. D&D Beyond's got a nice one. Just going to go ahead and download this image here. So my process, I've got, it's pretty quick actually. So let's switch over to image manipulation program. So this is GIMP. It's not the best, and if you do have Photoshop, I highly suggest you use Photoshop. Documents. This one's already a PNG. All right. This is a good size. So what I like to do, first we're going to kind of crop. When I make these tokens, and I'll show you what I mean, I don't have necessarily the entire creature to make the token. I only want to use really a small part of the image. Stuff's so small. I like to focus on the faces. You can do it however you like. This is just how I do it. Alright, so I had to clear my throat there. We have this spectator here. So it's like a mini beholder. They're not quite so dangerous. What I'm going to do is box this out, this crop zone. Move it around. You got most of them in there. I think spectators are a little smaller, so I'm actually going to make this box bigger. It might seem counterintuitive in the moment, but you'll see what I mean. Alright, so we're going to crop. So for DungeonDraft, all of your tokens have to be 256 by 256 pixels. So we're going to go ahead and scale this image. You can see I didn't quite get it square. That's fine. That may or may not bug some of you. So I've got 256 by 256. We're going to lose some of this aspect ratio because it's not, perfectly square. Cool. Now this is the right size. You can see it's all pixelated and ugly now. This is my little bit of flair. I like to use the rounded elliptical select. And I can kind of see if you look at the bottom left where I have the cursor off here. Let me fix that really quick. There we go. Now you can see the cursor, I think. Can you? Huh. That's what happened to use free software. Anyways, bottom left of the screen, you can see this number where it's like pixel values. So I'm going to go to 0, 0. It's a little bit of finesse. There we go. All right. I'm holding down Shift as I select. That will keep this square. Cool. Cursor position is 256. We're going to select invert, which is Control I, and we're going to delete. Now, if this wasn't already a PNG, you would need to add a transparency layer. Otherwise, you won't actually get that transparent background. So, layer, transparency, you add alpha channel if you're doing it this way. Then select, invert, delete. We're going to deselect. Now let's export this. Let's see if I can remember where to export this. Recent. Oh my goodness. Guys, I forgot where I put my custom assets. There we go. DungeonDraft packs. Okay, so... And if you do have DungeonDraft, they're going to give you a default pack, what it looks like. So we're going to go into Textures, Objects. You can see here's all of the objects that I've created for this. So I've already got this named, spectator.png. You can see I've also got some conditions. Add the letter Z so they'd appear at the end of the list. Any custom assets you add will appear in alphabetical order. So you can see I've got my PC icons with zeros. You can kind of prioritize this. That's just me being a weirdo. So yeah, we're going to export. It's going to say this, export again. Alright, so we have just added a spectator to my map pack. So let's go back to WonderDraft. So the object will not appear immediately. What you in fact have to do, so this is already loaded my pack. Assets. Okay. I'm going to package some custom assets. It's going to be just a minute while I fiddle with stuff in the background. All right. Okay, so you can now see my primary display. We are in the file where DungeonDraft is. So we can see this is what an asset pack file looks like. Pretty straightforward. The pack itself lives here. It's named players. You can see that right there. Player assets. Player assets. So this is the actual folder. You could probably be a little more slick about this, but... So what we're going to do... So I'm going to go back to that same folder. We're going to delete the old pack. DOTMM player assets. Oh. Bleh. Let's just open something random. There we go. File was in use, so I couldn't delete it. All right. Huh. Oh, I'm such a silly. Sure. Exit. There we go. All right. So now we're going to repackage it with the new additional asset. Selected the folder, and it's going to be DOTMM player. I think this is version 2. We'll just call it 1.2. Author, me. Package. Alright. So now we can see the pack is back. Let's open that same file. V1. Let's close this file. or did I name it something different? Man, I'm really good at tutorials. Let's see. So it's looking for those assets. I think I changed the name. All right. What the? Wait, did it work? One way to be sure. Oh, yep, there's our spectator. Okay. Oh, good lord. Woo. I'm gonna adjust this though, so I can see that the spectator icon that I made, it's got a little background. I think I'll leave that in. I don't feel like messing with that. Yeah, so I scaled them to 50%. Now we could have dozens of spectators. That's not what we're here for. We're here for prep. Okay. So I guess it threw some kind of a weird error when I regenerated the map.pack, or sorry, the asset pack, but it appears to have fixed everything. Let's just save to be safe. Let's switch back to the other screen. All right. All right, so now that was the terrible tutorial. Let's get into the prep. So what the party doesn't know, so there's a couple different directions they could have gone. They came down these stairs initially, entered this goblin marketplace. They got a little freaked out, decided not to follow that thread, which is fine. That's the whole point. You can do whatever you want. They did drink from this well, which was fun for them. Let's see here. Water. That did not do what I thought it would do. Well, pretty. So they came to this T intersection right here, decided to go to the east as directed by their companion, who they just met and is kind of a shady character. He's a revenant named Haleth with unknown motivations other than revenge on the people that killed him. Man, it's hot here today. They could have gone west. I think I'm prepped for this pretty well. It's kind of like an abandoned laboratory. If they do pursue this thread, they get to meet a really interesting character if they follow that one. To the northwest, basically nothing good happens. I think I'm prepped for this. They run into an automaton doing some work. If they decide to press further, there's potentially a cool little campsite here. If they push even further, this goes off map. And there's this room, which I don't want to talk about a whole lot either, in case you do end up playing this someday. So really there's only like really two ways out of this beginning section of the map. The first one is here, through the Goblin Bazaar, and that takes them back into the tunnels. There's more stuff to do. It didn't look like they were going that direction. So logically, their other option, so they either have to backtrack to the Goblin Bazaar and deal with that, or they fight their way through this room, which isn't too bad. All they really have to do is kind of go around, and then they'll probably do some sneaky stuff with fireballs around the corner or something, which is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. If they do go through this tunnel, they find themselves in Area 13. So let's take a look at what's in Area 13, make sure I've got all my assets ready. What's Area 11? I feel like we skipped something. Oh, never mind. We'll talk about that later. Ugh. It's titled Mutated Apprentices. That's not good. Alrighty. 13A. Let's make sure. Ugh, this is one of my least favorite critters as a player. I got goblins for days. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. Does anybody else see a gibbering mouther? Because I don't. Right then. I needed a gibbering mouther. Why did I just close the book? Ugh. Okay. Wizards of the Coast. Do your magic. You get an idea of how quick this process actually is. Once you find the art and put it where it needs to be. Alright, let's switch back to image manipulation program. No, we don't need you anymore. Oof. Is not a pretty boy. Alright, try to draw this roughly square-ish. That's actually, I think I'm happy with that. I don't know, maybe get a little more volume in there. You get the eye. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, next step, image scale to 256. And 256. Burp. Pixelated. Now this is actually a JPEG, it looks like, so we are going to be adding that transparency layer at alpha channel. It's weird. I'm gonna try again. Something seemed off there. There's that extra pixel at the bottom. Okay, yeah. Something was off. Oh! I slipped. All right. select inverse, delete. So now you can see we've got just that beautiful alpha channel there. And since we're here, we're doing all this work, let's get rid of some of this white space. A lot more of the white space. I don't want anything to really stand out, look dirty. Alright, we're going to deselect. And I think we're ready to export. What's going on? I'm going to keep the white space, you know what, because I'm getting all these little pixels. It'll look funny, but worst crimes have been committed. Export. Recently used objects gibbering mouther dot png. Always got that's another important thing about making these asset packs is you do have to it has to be a PNG file. And I don't think you need a lot of technical information on that other than just .png. This is all in the documentation. So we exported. I'm not going to regenerate the map pack just yet, the asset pack. Probably do that off stream. Okay, let's see what else I missed. Dude, I can't even believe it. Wow. It was like line 1, a gibbering mouther standing there. Oh, okay. Is it gibbering or gibbering? All right. So there's a northern alcove. Ooh. Huh. Dang, did I miss this whole thing? A red stone altar covered with small dirty handprints stands in a northern alcove. The altar is 3 foot tall, 500-pound tapered block of dark red stone engraved. Dwarven players to... Okay, alright. Greasy goblin handprints cover the altar, which would be considered desecration. Oh, that's kind of cool. They get a magical boon if they clean the altar. Huh. Let's get a nice little red altar going, I guess. Yeah, I don't have enough room on this desk. Okay, so objects. Let's see what can we pass off as an altar. Why is it red? So you can see some of these objects as I'm scrolling appear red, and that is because they can be set up with a custom color. What's this? Small chest? No. It's a throne. Put that in the maybe pile. I mean, altars kind of... What is it? What do I need? A box? Like, that could be an altar given certain context, I suppose. Let's add another color. Red. Is that... I don't know if I've quite sold myself on the carpet. What else we got here? Yeah, I might just go with this stone pillar and just scale it up a little bit. I don't know. 0.5. Doesn't really describe anything being on the altar. I do need some dirty handprints. Ooh. Message. No, lava's not a good idea. Is lava a good idea? Lava's not a good idea. We're gonna skip the lava. Somewhere there was like some coins or something that I could change the color of. This? No. Why red? Throwing my whole game off. Oh, here we go. No, just kidding. Wait. Okay, so we're gonna be creative. Those are the greasy handprints. There. Done. If I come up with something better by tomorrow morning, I will do it. Okay. So that's 13A, the altar. Oh Lord. Okay, I think I have a Nothic. Yes, it's asking for a... The recipe calls for a Nothic. There he is. Cool. Yeah, so 13B's a wall of rust and bones? Question mark? Let's have a look. Okay, I didn't think they'd even get this far. Like realizing that you thought you were completely prepped and then you're like, oh no. Okay. Bisecting this room is an 8-foot high, 2-foot thick wall of hobgoblin skeletons and rusty armor. So it's a wall of bones and armor. This is going to be fun. It's going to bisect the room. A tiny creature can pass through it. Otherwise, the players have to climb over it. If they knock it over, it will basically trigger a fight. So we're looking for bones and rusty armor. This is going to be so messy. My last live stream, we were working on a dungeon for Dollar Store DM, and I was talking about layering. Layers. This is going to be some serious layers here. Okay, so there's some bones at the start. Yeah, I'll get you in there, a couple of these guys. This is going to be just disturbing to walk into. I think we'll go with a couple of these now. Kind of making a nice wide base layer. Throw a couple of these in. Don't want to get too crazy with it. Yeah, a couple of dwarves. Let's get some little guys. Or those children. I don't know. It's not explained where this wall of bones actually came from. So I would be a little concerned as a player, as a PC. Let's throw a couple of skulls there. So basically every time I click, I'm just rotating my wheel to get a slightly different angle of skull. As long as we scatter them enough, this should look okay. This is the most terrible thing I've ever done. Look at this. What a mess. As we get to the top, we'll probably start filling it in a little more with oh yeah, I can use a couple of those skulls to kind of top it off. Need to be a little more linear. Whoa, somebody dropped something. There, we have a nice pile forming here. You can barely see the ground anymore. And I'm going to start slowing down a little bit. I really need to sell that it is a wall, a pile that needs to be climbed over. That guy looks pretty upset. Piece de resistance, just a couple more skulls. Okay, that's quite a wall. Okay, so 13C and 13D. So if they can, once they get through this area, there's 2 washrooms, so we're gonna need a couple wash basins. Shouldn't be too bad. Inside each of these rooms is a rusted water pump, inoperable basins, and stone toilets separated by thin slate dividers. Okay, we're probably not gonna go that crazy. I do have a water pump somewhere here. There's a tub. Let's just drop a couple of tubs here. Doesn't have to be a functioning washroom, it just has to kind of sell that. I think there's a latrine. There's a chair. Yeah, this chair wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't be weird to see. Ah, yeah. Here's the money shot. Okay. Stone. It specifies stone, so let's do that. I can move these around after I place them. Okay, it does say thin slate dividers, so it maybe if there's a way I can pull this off. It's a double? What's a twofer? No. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Just need a divider. Something believable. What's this? Plank? Close. Yes. I think we're... Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're there. Put a second one there. Gotta sell it. And then we're just gonna kind of adjust. Okay, last but not least, we need the pump. It's nice they have this use tab, so if I've used something elsewhere on this map, I can pull it up easily. Oh, don't forget to save in case it crashes. That's weird. I know I used a pump already. Campfire. Okay, now I'm doubting myself. Let's see. What the heck? Oh, I made a pump. Right. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of half-ass this. Is it a basin? There we go. We use the old cauldron. There we yeah. Yeah. We'll scale this down to 20 or 0.3. There. Now we have kind of a washroom-ish thing going on here. They can be slightly different. Cool, I'm happy. That room's done. 13E is ominously titled Nothic to See here. So that's cool. Okay. So there's not really a description of what's in this room other than just that it's kind of like a combat thing. So I'll probably just throw some trash or something in here, I guess, just kind of add a little flavor. Oh, look, a table. It's a big room. We'll just kind of give them something to hide behind, I guess. Where's the carpet? I want some carpet. There's a carpet. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll just kind of get some dingy colors. That's a good one. No, too much brown. Yeah, let's do that. Up here, there's kind of some oddball stuff. I'll just throw a wine bottle into the mix, I think. Or two. Some of these assets you really do have to kind of manually scale. They don't always make sense. Leave some papers laying around just to kind of sell this. Okay. Oof. 13 Foxtrot does not sound fun. 13G, strike it rich. Let's see if I did this one yet. Nope. Why would I? Of course not. The characters hear sounds of battle. This room is lit by a single lantern resting in the middle of the floor. Minecarts around the room contain glittering heaps of copper ore. Okay, so this is fun. This is fun. We're going to need a table to start, and we're going to put a candle on it. Oh no, it says the lantern's on the floor. So we just need the lantern. I know there's a couple good lanterns in here somewhere. Just gotta find them. Lantern. Done. This is kind of a fun feature that I get to show you. Light tool. Ooh, light. Pretty simple. You can choose the style, color. You can make it more golden or more ominous. Whatever you like. Now we do need some carts full of copper ore. I'm pretty sure there's exactly that on here. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Ah, there we go. Give me just one moment. I'm going to pour a glass of water. My throat's getting dry. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so we've got this cart. Let's zoom in a little more. This is a huge freaking room. Oh man, there's a wounded warrior in here too. Okay, so we need a custom color. Let's get some copper. What's coppery? We need glittering copper color. I'll do that. Actually, a little more on the orange side. Let's try that one. More coppery than that? Is it just the light? For some reason that's not hitting me right. There we go. Okay, so in the corner we have a human named Rex. He's been cornered by a Mezzoloth and 2 Nothics. So this is going to be just a check to see if I have the assets. I think I do. Yep, there's Rex right there. I'm pretty sure I did the Mezzoloth as well. Yep, there they are. Okay, cool. So that does it, I think, for Area 13. Let's get some... I think we're just going to add a little more mining equipment just to have a couple minutes. Maybe I can find like a pickaxe or something. Close enough, I guess. I'll take it. Okay, so going on this map. So that's going to cover most of 13. There's some treasure they can get. We'll worry about that later. I know I did most... See, I kind of thought... This is the issue. I thought they would go through the goblin market and go through this whole area, which is what I did build out. And it's super detailed and all ready to go. Unfortunately, they didn't. So Area 13 is mostly this whole thing. I think we've got most of it. It connects back to 12. 12's done. So let's just check 14. Oh my. I didn't even realize that's that's not the way out. That's just a stairway. So Area 14, Base de Resistance. That's cool. So you have 14A and B, titled Rizeral's Hideout. Door of this room is a mural painted. Rizeral, the Drow Mage, and his Werecat gang. Oh my. Okay, I've got him. I know I've got what? Were-rats. Okay, no, I got were-rats. Okay, I thought it was cats. Oof. So there's a mural on the door. No big deal. In 14A, the mage sits on a chair in the southwest corner while resting in a trance. Makes sense. He will cast greater invisibility on himself if disturbed. So let's just get a chair, I suppose. That's all they would really, I don't know, notice. Hey, there's a chair. Let's go a little nicer. Not that nice. Cool. Oh geez, I gotta read this tomorrow morning. So this guy's got a whole thing if they go in here. There's a table in the middle of the room with a map made of stones on it. So let's get a table. It's my favorite table. Stones, easy. We know all about stones. I just need one little stony boy here. And this is going to be just a very crudely depicted map because I'm going to be probably describing this to the players. Yeah. Closet, secret compartment. Okay, so they can basically get a map of the dungeon off of this if they look at it. It's a map of this level. 14B, we have Were-rat Barracks. So we need some dirty cots. Oh yeah, you dirty, dirty cots. We've got camp beds. Those may have to do. I thought there was actually some beds. Oh, here we go. Well, we got a broken bed. We gotta use at least one of those. We're gonna do 8 of them. Oh, is that too big? I think that's a little big. Can we even fit 8 beds in here? Holy crap! These beds are huge. I mean, compare that to the size of the sleeping bags. Like it's night and day. When I'm thinking cot, I mean, I'm thinking minimal, right? You know what I could do? I did this in another part of the dungeon. Give me that table. There's a long table asset. Here we are. Here we are. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. I think that's about right. Yep, we're going to place these kind of ramshackle 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. Now we're going to go grab those sleeping bags. And we're going to put them on top of our tables. And it's going to kind of simulate a little cot sort of thing. Scale this back up to 0.5. Maybe a little bit smaller. Get some colors. Not that color. Why do I always click that color? This is fun because you can kind of scatter things around. I think this guy gets one of these. Of course, they can't all just matchy-matchy. It's important when you place these to kind of also randomize where they're sitting. These are were-rats for working for some weird underground guild, whatever, Xanathar thing. So they're probably not going to be the most decoratively focused. That one will be right on the money. Yeah, this guy gets orange. We'll just make one of these just Ferrari red. Okay, cool. We have were-rat barracks. Okay. So that actually concludes Area 14. Next will be Area 15, Dusty Throne. Okay, I'm probably going to do this one in the morning. I do have something I need to be somewhere in about 15 minutes. So I'm probably going to wrap this up. So this has been just a little bit of dungeon building. We created some custom assets and decorated some stuff. Hey, you know what? Before I go though, let's just throw, this needs a little touch of home. Something to make those were-rats feel truly invited and welcome in this space. Yes. Classic dirty rug. Let's get that dirt color. Yeah. A couple of those. Okay, now. Mwah. All right, everybody. So thanks for joining. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. I've got like 17 more levels to prep for the party, and there's lots of different stuff. So if you want, we can kind of adventure together and learn more about how to create dungeons using DungeonDraft. Otherwise, I hope you have a pleasant weekend, and we will be streaming on twitch.tv/we'rethegoodguys tomorrow. I believe we're going live at noon Pacific, and we will be playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We'll see what happens to our intrepid heroes. Have a good night, everyone.